to say the very least.
What were the odds?
The odds were 4-1
against.
So my 90 just turned into 360.
Correct.
-17%.
I just got an extra
Minus
100.
And my 30 turned into 120.
We all got 120. Which is... So we got 103. Us three. After math.
Mm-hmm. So meanwhile, Guard, you're approaching Diamond Lake. Diamond Lake, as it's the name of it's a small village at the edge of a relatively large lake in inland, and it's basically mostly a mining area. It has a tower as a sort of central, fastness, and a few houses and an inn. And you're getting there, and so what do you do? It's usually arrive in the afternoon.
There's people here.
Yeah, there's plenty of people. In fact, people are sort of filing in to go to. So that would be a thing.
Oh, you said going to, and I was waiting to hear what they were going to.
To the inn.
Okay. Is there anything that seems like a town hall or mayor's house?
Not really. Not from this distance.
Well, I guess I'll tie up my horse outside of the inn, and I'll go into the inn to find the whoever's running the inn.
Yeah.
And do I find them?
Yeah, you see a human. Well, that's an ugly panther. I'll get you the token as soon as I can, but these tokens seems to be a bit.
I have the token already made. I just need the sheet.
Oh, a cheat. Okay.
I'll give you because then I can make the changes that I get from being a Beastmaster Ranger.
Okay. So I'm gonna put it under your. They put whip for it on.
It's simply dragging out a panther and giving me permission to it.
Yeah, let me put. I put Wefford under former characters.
True.
To the graveyard with them.
So yeah, let me add a character sheet and give you control over it. No. I'm gonna put it for all players, and then you can. So it's accept whatever that is. Random name given. Yeah. So let's delete these guys.
No, while everyone was fighting, I painstakingly tried to find a tabby that looked like a panther. Did not work.
Yeah.
Saying go with Battle Cat. We have a green tabby.
How much was the winnings for this round?
300 plus your bets. Actually, no, 600. Sorry,
600. Okay.
So we're getting an additional. Everybody gets a 120 each.
150? No, 150.
Yeah, remember that you have 17.5% that you agreed to.
Oh yeah. Does he get 17% of the 600? I don't remember.
Yeah, he does.
More math time. Okay.
You can do the math. So, Gar, you come in and there's the barkeep, and of course, as you're so accustomed to, you turn heads every time.
You said this was an inn.
Yeah,
not a tavern.
Sorry. It's an inn, and you you turn heads. Everybody looks strange. It's like, what's a giant bipedal tortoise coming doing here, right? And the innkeeper is like, "Can I help you, sir?"
What's the best place for me to find location on the events that happened here 10 years ago?
Suppose you can ask around.
That's what I'm doing.
Yes. What exactly do you need to know, sir?
I am looking for Paleon Shadow Whisper.
Oh, Halion. I haven't seen him in a while, but I thought he went to the city. What for? What do you need him for?
I need his help hunting down leads, for which I believe he is the only living person who still has information.
He sort of. I mean, he is an adventurer. I suppose this.
And goddamn you, Lessons, I'm already seeing what you're doing to me.
I mean, if you were to. Why would you? I mean, he's confused because the way you. Like.
Well,
what
now I'm also confused when he said, I thought he was living in a city. It's like, yeah, I have a thing here that says he was living in Greyhawk, but the GM just told me that he's living in Diamond
I mean,
Lake.
he does visit. He has family. I guess you can come in contact with the family. If that's what you wish, sir.
Well, I'm looking for the man himself.
Oh, well, I could set you for a room to the night, and I'm so sorry. But his brother-in-law is here. He was part of the his group once at
Okay,
a time. You can
you've
talk to him
given
as well.
me information on one of them. Would any of the information I have back up that his brother was the other guy?
Well, he says he's a brother-in-law, and the innkeeper says that it's an adventure group. So, it's a good chance that he was part of it as well.
You didn't just buy a 75 gold piece horse because you decided to lie to me for no reason.
I mean, that's
Fine.
information you found, yeah.
Well, no,
So, I
again,
mean-
the information I found says that he lives in Greyhawk, and then just now you told me he lives in Diamond Lake. So
Yeah.
now the innkeeper is telling me he lives in Greyhawk. So I don't know why you sent me to Diamond Lake, you son of a bitch. Fine, I'll go talk to his brother. I don't have
brother-in-law.
all this money that everybody else is earning. I was already poor.
Yeah. So let me give you a taste of who this brother is.
When he comes in, who's talking about me? Punches you in the face. It's a taste of this guy.
Ew.
I don't know what you meant. That's not what I meant.
No, it probably tastes horrible if that's what happens.
Well, you don't know what I eat.
You drink water. You don't eat anything.
There you go.
No, we know you eat. You just don't show it. You do it in your shell.
Yep, see, someone's listening.
Oh, I pay attention to all of this. You know that.
Yeah, I know you have
Consume lettuce.
a notepad of paper in front of you at all times.
Not lately, no. Though to be
Well,
fair.
you used to. You used to keep notes on little fucking everything anybody ever said.
Like,
I'm a GM. I'm a stickler for continuity. I will remember that random NPC and call upon them if I need to.
They do call him. He tells you where the house is.
I'm just saying, if trouble gets caused in Diamond Lake, whatever the hell.
So this is the man that
It's Lesson's
they
fault.
point at you. Yeah, it's the second largest house in the city. Now they're well off. The Silverleaves as well as Paleon and his family.
So wait, this is a city?
Well, he says city, but really it's like a village. So he's exaggerating the size of it.
Well, I'm only
Oh.
double checking because mental image, right?
Yes.
Everything I do and say is going to be based on the mental image I have, so.
Yeah. So you pointed out it's evening. He says, well, perhaps you can call on to him in the morning if that's more suitable for you, sir.
What time? I wouldn't know what time it is. If I were to
Hey.
have a sundial, like if I was to look at the largest tree in the area, which direction would its shadow fall in?
Well, it's early evening, so probably it's been about an hour since, or so, give or take.
Since what? Sorry, I feel like I'm missing sometimes a word or two. I feel like those word or twos.
Yeah, that's okay. It's about an hour after,
Yeah, see,
give or
the
take.
same
You
word
can-
again went missing, but I'm assuming you meant sunset.
Sunset, yeah. Well, sundown.
Well, no,
sunset,
I
yeah.
mean that you. What I'm hearing is you're saying it's been an hour or two since. Right. You're not saying the word sunset, so that's what I'm assuming is what you're saying.
Oh, okay. I don't know why it's not.
It happens
It's
every
cutting-
so often with what you do.
It
Maybe
it's
you're
good.
letting go too soon.
no. It should be.
Oh.
I don't use push to talk, so that shouldn't have
okay.
worked.
Most of the time, I can just assume what you're saying, but
Okay, that's weird.
Maybe it's not sensitive enough.
Yeah.
So
Anyway, yeah, it's an hour after sunset, and he says, "I can,
no, I'll
put
head
you
over
for the
there.
night.
I'll head over there.
Put you for the night, and
All
then
right, I'll head over there.
okay, you head over there.
What better time to be a monster to ominously show up at somebody's door to say something
Yeah.
creepy?
You knock on the door, and after a while, after a minute or so, it's like, "Oh yes, coming," and the young gentleman that I showed opens the door. It's like, well, this is interesting.
I'm looking for a Merrick Silverlead.
That would be I.
Lead,
That would
lead,
be
lead.
Silverleaf. I misspelled the name. That would be I. And you, who might be?
My name is Gar. I was looking for your brother, but I'm told that you kept the same circles as him.
My brother. I don't have a brother-in-law, not a brother.
Well, sorry, I thought you were closer than apparently you are.
That's a bit of a running joke between the two of us. But please do come in.
Does he have a post
What-
in front of his house?
What do you mean a post?
A tie post, someplace to
For the
moor.
horse? No.
I don't know if you moor a horse. I don't know what the word terminology is.
Yeah, no. You can leave that. You can leave. They do have a stable. So,
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
and he says, "Please do come in. May I inquire what this is all about, sir?"
I have read rumblings about a recurrence of a problem that you both dealt with 10 years ago, and I sought your aid, thinking you two would be the most acquainted with the trouble.
We have dealt with many troubles in our recent lives.
10 years ago,
And-
specifically here.
Yes, very much started our career here and dealt with many things around. That's why he shows you the house. And houses, I mean, the village is, it's like a good country house. So it's not quite a manor, but it's well appointed. Rilda and a young woman, human, comes in. Merrick is an elf.
I gathered that by the years.
And he says, "Would you like to get some refreshments for the gentleman and myself?" And she said, "Yes, sir."
No, thank you.
Oh, well,
I
for me,
appreciate your kindness, but I don't drink on the job.
very professional of you. Would you care to take a seat then?
Of course. No, I
need that.
shouldn't. Despite my obvious grace, I am quite heavy.
Oh,
I would rather not destroy any of your furniture.
well. So 10 years ago, well, there were many things we dealt with. A strike. The half orcs and orcs went on strike in one of the local mines. We dealt with a local cult. There were the monks as well. So exactly which one of these troubles do you
Oh, the second
think?
one.
The cult, the Ebon tribe,
Yes.
and exactly what would you want with them? We obliterated them, so it's not much left.
Well, that's the problem, is that there wasn't much left, but there was some left. They're
Oh,
not done. They're still around.
Do you have evidence of this?
I have recordings of their doings. Sorry, I have text documents.
Interesting. I thought we had dealt with them. I mean, there was someone who apparently escaped, but
Yes, well, you know how it is. Cults are cults. They are easily preyed upon the weak of the mind.
that is very true.
If you let some escape, they're going to form again. Unless you've
question
somehow proven that you've changed their mind, and clearly you did not.
Well, we put them to the spell on sword, so there wasn't much minds left to
Right,
change.
so veritably you must have convinced them further. Strengthened their resolve, as it were.
You have any proof of where they are now?
No, in fact, that's why I came seeking your brother.
Oh, Alien. Yeah, he occasionally takes business trips to the city of Greyhawk. I'm sure he will be interested in these the resurgence of the Eben Triad if it's the case. We're not really. We've become sort of settled over the years, taking most of the treasure that we recovered from various ventures, as it
Right.
were.
But when it comes to the Evan tribe, none are more expert than the two of you.
Yes. It was a very strange cult, apparently, and to this day, it's and he basically goes into a library. He has a significant library, right? And he pulls a couple of books and he says, one is the dark deeds of the dark secrets of Vecna. The other one is, and you've read some of these books, right? So it's not like they're that rare, right? He's not pulling books you've never seen before. In fact, most of them I've seen in the library and universities of Greyhawk. So, and it says they believed that they could conjoin three powerful evil deities: the Lord of Secrets, Vecna, the mad deity Eridnul, and the dark tyrant Hextor. The thing is, and this is what was very peculiar about it, is that they were still manifesting powers that come to those who believe in these deities, even though, for all that I know, and he points at the books and some others in shelves, their beliefs were heretical. But they did manage to create a dark creature that was a fusion of these three ideologies, known for, among other things, having many of its hands on its left hand was maimed. That is, it was empty. That is a clear symbol of the god of secrets, Vecna. But again, we destroyed that abomination and put most of the followers to sword and spell, or flame, as the case may be. So, if they're still active, we certainly will have to alert the authorities in Greyhawk about this.
Well, one would hope that they're already on the case.
If guards were so alert and efficient, I wouldn't live in a place like this.
Right. Well, as I've said, I've come to the foremost experts in this cult. Is there not really anyone left who would even know the faces of those that escaped?
True enough. I could do this. And he basically, if you permit me, I will cast what is in fact a simple spell. Since you came all the way here and you wish to speak to my brother, well, I call him a brother, but he's just married to my sister. It's
Yes, I believe that makes him a brother.
brother-in-law.
Well, I mean, if you're not close, sure.
That's a bit of a joke between us.
I don't know how he slighted you in the past to make you not love him, but okay.
I just needle him like that. And I could make a spell. And he steps back, it's like, if you excuse me, I wish not to alarm you. And he's basically doing a sending, right? And in 25 words or less, he describes someone asking for the Ebon Triad, wishes to speak with you, suspects survivor still alive in the region.
I feel like that guy who's like trying to clear a not a Morse message. What do you call it? A telegraph. A guy trying to clear a telegraph, and he's like, "Oh crap! I don't have as much money as I thought I did."
Yeah.
But I'm reading your words, and you're like, "Well, I'm not asking for. I'm asking about."
Yes.
Different definitions.
Okay. Asking about. Okay. But you did mention that, and he doesn't say that in the sending because I would consume all the words. You did mention that that there was a survivor and you knew about the survivor, correct?
Yes.
That's what. Yeah. So he could be, well, and for this, I would require a bit of privacy. If you wait for me outside, please.
How many words has he already used?
No, he already sent the sending.
Oh, okay. Sweet. Okay. I'm sorry. Just beg my forgiveness here. You need privacy for what?
I must do something that would probably make this much easier. He should be. Yes, he's already on his way back. If you are in a hurry, like you need to contact him, perhaps you can meet him halfway.
I'm only in as much hurry as whatever these fiends could do.
Then yes, I would suggest that you and I meet him halfway, one of the halfway houses through the city, and have a conversation. He does have extensive contacts in Greyhawk, so that might help in our hunt.
Very well, then I shall meet you at the inn then. I have my horse tethered there. So whenever you're done doing what you need to do, I shall be there awaiting you.
Yeah, he picks up his bags and everything else, and within, he's clearly an experienced adventurer. In fact, when he comes in, he has a staff strapped to his back. Shall we go going then?
Yes, I'm ready when you are.
Yeah, you gallop over the night, and you basically meet one of the stations, right? So you spend most of the day and the night. Run the horses really ragged, but not to the point of death, of course. Change your horses, and you meet Palion halfway. And let me show you who Palion is.
If he's not wearing an Imperial uniform.
No, he's not.
But he is blue, close enough. I mean, I know Palion's not actually blue, but he stood behind a blue guy, so close enough.
And basically, when he comes in, he requests a room, and he's using a cloak. And when he pulls his cloak back, you see this. Now, you're a creature who's lived in. You recognize the clear signs of drow or dro blood. But he is a bit lighter of shade, right? So apparently he may not be full on drow.
Or he's a spy. I guess that's a joke maybe only Griff would remember.
Yo,
Yeah.
bottom.
Yeah. And he says, well then, I haven't seen one of your kind in a very long time. What can my brother and I do for you? He said something about the Ebon trial, but he's very court in his message.
Yes, the survivors of 10 years ago have begun to resurface, and I felt that you two probably knew the most about them in order to track them down once more. And end there.
There was but one survivor.
Really?
Yes.
Well, see, messages that I've read have said that there's more than one survivor, so perhaps it's referring to a following that they've picked up over the years.
Well, if that bastard Okaral is still at it again, then we have to put a stop to him.
Indeed, which is why I've ridden out here to make contact.
But where could this be resurgence? Where did you resurgence?
Again, it's in the Greyhawk area. That's as far as my notes have come. Unfortunately, I don't have any specifics. Again, you rooted them out last time. I assume that you could do it again. Again, nobody knows as much about this cult as you both.
Well, I guess we can do our contacts there. And he says, brother, could you talk to your friends? It's like, yes, I guess I can. And I can contact people in the city itself. It'll take a while, but if they're still active, we should find them. Would you wish to join us, or perhaps?
That was my intent. I would like to see this through.
Very well. And you see that the brother just sort of leaves. He just leaves. But you don't hear a horse leaving the station, right? The halfway station. But his brother, what's his name again? Palion. Palion joins you, and he puts a cloak in. Well, I do have friends in this area. He says it is best to avoid trouble, nonetheless.
It's nighttime, right?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I've got the other guy's place at just after sunset.
Yeah, you rode all night.
Okay.
To get here because it was important, right? To them, they considered it to be important. Like they,
I just want to make sure. I didn't know if he was putting his cloak up because he's a drow or because of the sunlight. And you're saying it's because of the sunlight.
No, he's saying because he has drow blood, basically.
Well, that's what I said, because of the sunlight.
He doesn't seem to be bothered by it.
Well, I'm not going to ask about it unless he does it at night, so never mind.
Yeah. You switch horses and then you're heading back to Greyhawk again. So you leave with Palion and Marek. He's gone somewhere else. So back to the stadium. Nighttime. Brave, the monk comes to you. He bows respectfully.
Yes.
Your control of the battlefield was very impressive.
I do a courtesy bow back, and I say, my thanks to you and your kind words. I only wish we could see more of what you could do in the battlefield as well. Perhaps maybe in the future we will fight to them.
We should return next year. We thought ourselves to be very close to the championship, but apparently not this year. We have, of course, been no, they haven't disqualified. This is their first loss, so we'll see. Perhaps we were the ones who somehow remain here or not. Only time will tell.
It'll be a good fight indeed. And
he bows again.
Yes.
Just
out of curiosity, has anybody been eliminated yet or no?
Not yet, but everybody has had at least, except for the elven ladies, has had one loss.
Oh, so the elves have not lost yet.
Yeah, and up to this point, neither had the short stack. So,
well then.
All
right. I'm after the curtsy with the monk. I will. I'll actually be asked to. You know what? I think we need some R&R. I'm gonna ask to be escorted to the sauna.
Okay.
Is anybody coming?
I'll come with you, but I gotta do something first because we don't have guard here. I have to let them know we do have a fifth person.
Right? You mean your friend the cat?
Yeah.
Did the cat give you its name, Master Hugh?
It absolutely did.
I smile.
His name is Burlois.
A very interesting name for a cat. I used to have a young cat as a child. I named it Sandy. And I just muse off and walk away, I guess, after Hugh just completely sandbags me.
Kix is just trying to imagine, like, Braith with a cat, huh? Can't see it.
So I will go to one of the guards and be like, I know that one of our people is gone because, my spider died. But we have a new member. And I point to the little cat on my shoulder.
They set you aside and they get you one of the judges, and they make a big deal.
Yep.
And it says, Master Hugh, we can't have a cat fight here. it would be a massacre. You've seen the kind of creatures that fight here. It
Oh
would
yeah,
turn up.
that's true. You might
turn
want to
up-
move back. You might want to move back a little bit.
Right. They move back. Right. Oh, and I see if the judge recognizes the creature. But these are not entirely unknown creatures.
Hey,
but,
that's my cat.
yeah, he recognizes it. Oh, a change cat.
I found him
Right.
when I went to go pray after the fight.
They do say that cats chooses their owner. You, sir, are very lucky indeed. Of course, now that it is here, we can't have cats roaming around. You understand
Oh.
that?
Oh, that's perfectly fine. I just wanted to register before, it
Yes.
got to the point where it was questionable.
We would want to secure it. You know that Webford was securing basically a cage. They fed him and all that, but they had him a cage. So they're like, we shall offer could you have the creature change back to its smaller size, please?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I just
And basically they bring basically one of those, traps that they use to catch, cats in that kind of size, right? And they give them some food or stuff like that, right? It's like they don't just shove them in the cage and whatever, and said, well, this will be kept in your quarters, and can only come out when you do so, sir. So,
not a problem.
and there will be guards watching as always.
Of course.
And they change the definition, they take out, giant wolf spider, dead. Change cat.
Just so you are aware, as a storyteller, my cat has +7 perception and +9 in stealth.
Okay.
So
it'll tell a lot of things later.
might get out. I don't
Man.
know.
It's a cat.
Your cat's
Oh,
better at perceiving than my owl is.
They actually put him in a cage, and they
Yeah.
close the cage, so
Yeah.
For animal companions they do that, and they have different sizes of cages, so
Yeah, it's not a problem.
At this point, though, I'd like to do something real quick before, we go to the next day of the next fight, and that would be to spend some time doing some investigation.
Okay. What are you investigating?
Sorry, I got distracted there for a second.
No problem.
But yeah, I would like to do some investigating. I'm not going to try peeking into rooms I'm not supposed to be in or anything, but I'm going to generally be putting two and two together on what seems to be kind of suspicious around here.
Roll intelligence check or investigation if you have it.
Yep. I don't have the skill yet, but I'll roll it because it's still intelligence. 14.
14. Yeah. Again, the first thing that all the guards here are foreign guards, right?
Mhm.
There's, even for the fact that there's terror teams, there seem to be way too many of them. Like literally, the ratio between and them is like something close to 4-1, if not higher. Like, if you would try to, it's either the Rickard is extremely paranoid, break the rule somehow, or they're very much prepared to sort of, deal with any violence in here. But there's just a winning guards. If the idea is to keep you so that people can, because any rule breaking, any guard would just go like, oh, hey, you broke the rules. That's like a mall cop. The mall cop is not going to try to, but the smart ones
wrestle the champion.
Yeah, the smart ones are going to go, oh, you broke the rules. Let me write it. Hey, boss, this guy broke the rules. What are you going to do? Yeah, we're going to kick him out, right? I mean, it's much easier. The threat of being the threat of being
Qualified.
disqualified is one that actually it's the biggest threat they have to keep people online, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they don't need as many guards, right? That really stands out why there's so many guards.
Mm-hmm.
So either Rickard is paranoid or something else is going.
So generally they are keeping us in one area. Is there some place where they seem to guard more than others?
You do notice that this place is larger than the areas of gone. I mean, yeah, it has saunas and it has, but you're certain passageways and areas that you never go there, right? In fact, you can almost see like almost well-worn tracks, and they rotate and they make sure that everybody stays in these, the diner, the rooms, the saunas and practice rooms, and the healer's room, and that's it. You never went to the kitchens. In fact, you never even pass like you can see the kitchen. No, they bring the food to you, right? Or other areas. Perhaps they're the barracks for the guards, probably, right? But there's places where you have, they make sure that you, at best, you just see a corridor. You might suspect that some other things link back up to maybe to the area of the animal, something like that. But even then, you see too many passageways that lead to too many places that you're not allowed to go.
Right. Ultimately, maybe I'd have to get eyes on something, but there is something maybe a little odd or extra paranoid about what's going on.
Yeah.
It's kind of the important detail. Okay.
Mhm.
So that's essentially how I'm spending my day post-fight there, basically.
Okay. So yeah, there's that. Anyone else is going to do anything else?
I'd be spending time with my cat. I would speak to him to see if he did notice anything on the process of getting to the room, but
Okay, what's the intelligence of a change cat?
based off Panther, it is a intelligence of 3. Similar to a mastiff.
Yeah. It basically tells you there's a lot of carrying around. That's basically how it describes a lot of the activity, right? A lot of people, some of the humans seem to be on the hunt, being very, very quiet for some reason.
Ooh.
And
I read
I heard the sound of water.
Ooh. The water
And-
can be good, but it can be bad.
Like, and the way he describes it's not like just like he just heard a drip or somebody washing their hands like that. It's like the constant. He's like, there's a constant. Can you hear it? There's a constant hum of water coming
I'll
from
listen
below.
out for it. I'll listen out for it.
You don't hear anything. You know that the if he's hearing about it is because you have superior hearing,
Got it.
but you don't. You know, just a water. There's a lot of water. There's constantly in my ears.
Got it. Well, when we're done here in a couple days, you won't always be hearing water.
I don't. I like to splash in water from time to time.
Oh, we'll splash. But yeah, that information would be given to the group, but beyond that, nothing special.
Okay.
So far our hands are kind of empty. Maybe it is just a bunch of suspicion.
Also, you haven't seen Rickard here anywhere once he closed in, which is weird.
Good
You
point,
would
dude.
think-
He hasn't
you
even
would
been
think-
watching the fights, has he?
Not so far. Nope.
Okay. In that case, I guess we're preparing for day 4.
Is there any guard that looks like they're like I use like an insight check on any guard that looks like they're on edge or uneasy or anything like that? Like they look like they're uncomfortable, I guess would be the way to go with it.
Make an insight check and make it a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It is my one skill I have.
You do notice as you're going back and forth, right? You do notice that the same passages that I mentioned that go nowhere, you do notice that some of the guards come from that direction, right? They walk around, and at least 2 of those guards, not together but independently, they seem nervous. Eventually, every time they go into that direction, right? Come back, and even you hear them kind of talking among themselves like something, but you don't really hear the conversation. They make sure that they don't interrupt you, so they're But you kind of hear one of the other guards go like, "It's nothing. Don't worry about it."
Hmm.
Yeah. At least two of the guards are very nervous. One of them is on the young side, fit but really on the young side, right? Probably seems to be one of his, first gig as a mercenary, perhaps. So he's like, but the guards are very polite to you, and they only speak when necessary. Like, please, sir, come with me. Do this, do that. Give instructions. Answer any questions you have. But aside from that, they don't talk to any other participants.
I actually would like if I can get a moment to go up to the young guard that you just described, and I would actually ask him, "Is it? I don't know where I am at the moment in terms of like the visual map, but I would just ask him, excuse me, if it is possible for you to bring me back to our quarters."
Right this way, sir.
And as we're walking with
And another guard joins you, Wesley. Doesn't they never, again, because of sort of thing paranoia, they never actually scored anybody by themselves. Those have two or more people, right?
I would actually like to try and strike up a conversation with both gentlemen then, if that's possible.
You can try.
I'm not exactly sure how I would do this, like if it requires a roll or not, but I would just like to say, and I just say to both men, like it is very appreciative that you all are here patrolling the grounds and the bottoms of the arena. I must ask, have you actually anybody has had a chance to see the fighting for themselves, if I may ask?
No, sir. And the younger guy starts. The older interrupts. Is like, no, sir, that's not our role. We're here to make sure that everything is well on the way under here, that you are taken care of. And
we are. I am perfectly content. My apologies for being, I guess, curious of the role that you all are playing in this.
Oh, not to worry, sir. But with still, you're doing that inside. And you see the other guard is like sort of, you almost like sweating bullets, like, and he wants to say something, but the older guard's taking over and doesn't allow him to speak. Right? It's like, no worries. If you have any questions, myself, Marcel here will answer them. Have any inquiries? I would remind you, of course, that you cannot go anywhere unescorted, and there are only limited areas that are allowed. This operation is extremely complicated. You see, we have beasts, monsters, and the like, and we like to keep everyone and everything safe.
Oh no, Marcel is the older gentleman.
The younger gentleman.
Oh, the younger gentleman. Oh, well, I say to the if the older gentleman gave me his name, I say no doubt it is Master, whatever your name is. There you go.
His name is relevant. He just gave you a name, but
yeah,
he's older guard. Basically, the script goes older guard says, this.
But now that you named them, they're actually kind of on my radar.
Yeah.
Anyway, Master, whatever your name is. And I also say to and I thank you as well, Master Marcel.
Oh yes, sir. Again, whatever you need, we're
yes, not a problem. Are you okay? By the way, you look a little. If I may I offer you a prayer?
Oh, that's fine, sir. I'm just tired. We should be doing the rotation real soon, sir. I apologize if I make you uncomfortable in any way.
Oh no, you do not at all. In fact, if you do change your mind for that prayer, I'm sure there is no laws or rules against at least me offering a blessing towards you.
The older guard says, our job, sir, is to make sure that you are well taken care of. We're not here to interrupt you or take any advantage of your services. Isn't that right, Marcel? It's like, and Marcel's like, yes, of course. I thank you, sir, for the offer, but it'll be fine. Everything is fine.
My offer stands. As a cleric of court, I feel it is my duty to at least maintain good humors with you, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. And kind of Marcel kind of lingers for a second, like, yes,
I
and he sort of departs.
I give Marcel a look of I know something's going on type of thing, if that matters at all.
Let's say if he actually catches that look.
Does he have a high insight?
Wow, he does catch a look. Yeah.
Apparently he does.
Yeah. Nat 20.
Dang, going with all the high rolls. This is where they went.
Yeah.
And
But, there's a change to the guard. And again, as the changing guard is that they go down the doors that you're not allowed to go to.
understandable. I assume I'm alone in the room at this point. Nobody else is there.
But I guess everybody's there unless they're, being healed or
I
Justin.
guess what I'm saying is, like, as people come back or as more people,
yeah.
and I'm going to relate information. And I
Can't
say,
hear Justin, we
Right.
can't hear you. Go ahead.
I relate the information and I say to them, it seems that some of the guards are a little nervous. In particular, there's this young man, it's a little tall, about my height, maybe slightly less, by the name of Marcel. I don't know if you know who that is, and I'm just saying that, everybody. But he in particular looks like something is making him nervous or agitated. Something is going on down in areas where we're not allowed to go, and it's worrying me, gentlemen and lady. Or gentlemen, because you're all men, I believe. Actually,
Well, there's the cat. You never know.
yeah, I was going to
Yeah,
say,
we didn't ask the cat.
yeah, gentlemen and cat. I
It's
think that's it.
Gentleman and feline.
But I suppose this is good. Maybe they'll come talk to you later.
I have a feeling they won't. Any
Hmm.
chance of getting with one of the guards one-on-one is almost impossible.
I have a feeling that if they even show signs towards that, they're going to be told, well, thank you for working.
I'm more concerned about other things, not just a thank you for working. I'm more concerned about actively being harmed.
Oh no, you assumed that I thought they were leaving. Oh no, if they get that treatment, they're dead. It's that simple.
I feel maybe we're projecting a bit still without having any evidence.
Something is definitely wrong here. I just don't know what.
Well, again, I suppose with any luck, maybe that Marcellus will come talk with us, or well, maybe one of us will get adventurous.
I actually, I'm trying to remember. Do I recall anything about Rackham and like his
Rakian?
Yeah, and his lieutenant, the guy that was his bodyguard?
Yeah. Well, what are you trying to attempt to recall exactly? I mean, you met them at the mansion, at his mansion.
I'm just trying to remember, like, from based off of them talking to us or anything like that. Did actually he give away anything about like himself other than like what we know on the surface about his
His story was that he was a great.
Oh, you got
Okay.
completely cut off there.
Sorry. He asked more questions than he answered. Right. He's someone who was more inquisitive about who you were, what you were doing, and he peppered that with stories, monsters he has fought, teams that he'd been part of, etc. Very much playing the celebrity, right? Celebrity presenter. So, for someone who on the surface looks like relatively mundane, right? Because he clearly someone has quite a bit of money, but he's not ostentatious in the way he presents himself, right? Sort of a man of, salt of the earth kind of situation. He was very adept at keeping himself, giving much away from his who he was.
But which is interesting because for somebody that's like very salt of the earth type and has fought so many battles, he's very shrewd in that regard as a politician, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me very unsettled.
Pretty much.
Okay, I think we might be in danger. I actually say this to the group, and let me rephrase that. I think, gentlemen and cats, I think everybody here is in danger in some form. We need to be extra careful as this tournament goes on.
So
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I've spoken giant, have any of the guards seemed to be able to understand it?
Do an insight.
Come on.
You didn't notice anybody paying particular attention.
Okay.
You do know that Ager knows how to speak giant,
Yes.
right? But that's about it.
I would say like I will try and keep leaning on Marcel to see if we can find information, but otherwise, if anybody has any ideas or if anybody wants to sneak out, perhaps we should consider maybe bending the rules a little bit.
Problem is when.
question is who?
Oh, I think that's an easy decision.
Yes, Bearcat.
I believe it's Master Q.
Oh, right.
Like me? What? What? No. What?
Well, because you see, a rat won't be noticed versus person.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can only wish you the best of luck if you try. So, good luck, you.
I'm unless we get something, I don't want to die.
Well, given that we did so well today and didn't have to really worry, we at least have the freedom for you to attempt it. So it's either going to be tonight or, well, probably not the next 2 days.
What do you think, Master Barakat?
What do you think your chances are of being caught?
So 50%. They do or they don't.
That's fair, I guess.
I mean, it could go
Well.
one way or it could go the other.
Okay, so basically you have no idea. Great.
Yeah.
Well, what exactly was our incentive towards finding out
To
with
help people.
your person, Braith?
There was a woman named Celeste, if I recall correctly.
Yep.
She said to watch out for Rackham or whatever the heck his name is, as well as his main bodyguard. And the reason why is that she believes that they're up to something, and whatever that, but she doesn't know what. And it seems like odd things have attempted to are more or less happening in terms of what we see. Very strange, things out of the ordinary. We haven't even seen Rekthan or whatever. I'm not saying his name right, but you know what I'm talking about. We haven't even seen the arena master since this began.
Right, he must be busy with something, and if not the preparation of the games themselves, then what?
You said you felt aberrations here.
I did.
None of the creatures that were fought were aberrations. Is that correct?
And
I'm asking that based off of the knowledge we know. I'm assuming that's a yes.
Yeah.
Seem to be.
So there's something going on.
That's also within a mile. So.
True.
Yes.
It could be anywhere within the city, really.
Well, within a mile of the city?
You guys remember what the other monsters were? All I remember is Gelatinous Cube and Owlbear.
And
the Lindworm.
Lindworm.
Oh, I didn't know you were back, Lesson. Sorry.
And the Hellhounds. So those Hellhounds would be demonic. They would be
Yeah, and then owlbear is a monstrosity, and a gelatinous cube is an ooze.
Yet, none of those are aberrations, correct?
No.
Exactly.
Okay.
And
So there's
and-
still something out there.
I think you should go for it. And be as cautious as possible.
See, the
Hold on.
difficulty is, even if they step on me to try and deal with me, I come back as Hugh,
Yeah.
and I will be one step away from being caught.
That does assume that they see you, though. And that they try to hit you, I guess.
Out of character, does Hugh have access to second level spells?
No,
No? Dang. Well, there goes Pass Without Trace.
I know.
Usually the solution to this. I guess if you turn into a rat, it has a pretty good stealth modifier, right?
I don't know if it does.
Well,
Good
It's
question.
tiny.
It
the-
is.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
I'm not
tiny.
worried about. I don't need to worry about the rat's stealth modifier. I have the stealth skill, so I'll be fine.
I actually
Okay.
have. Oh, hold on.
We can
Throw
also
some
enhance ability
inspiration and
for an
some
hour.
Fox's cunning, or what's the dexterity one for
Here,
enhanceability?
let me just. Let's take a look. So, con checks and temp HP.
Cat's
Strength
Grace.
checks. Cat's Grace is that. The other ones are not super.
Can you do this in an hour?
Yeah, that's the other thing. It lasts for an hour.
Like, this is a big risk. I'm worried if we do this, not only do we lose the fight, I lose Hugh if this goes wrong.
Before you do that, I have a question. Sending here. Can I actually do that to send a message to Marcel?
From within your nobody's I mean, if the door is closed, nobody's seeing. You can send it. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have the material components?
Sure. Oh, we need those components.
Mhm.
I don't have any list of
Oh.
any components on my person, so
That's a non-cost material component, though. If you have a focus, that's good too,
Okay.
because it doesn't cost gold.
Okay, then yeah. I mean, you can use your holy symbol, so that's not a problem.
I will do that.
Mhm.
25 words or less to him.
Okay.
All right. So, what do you want me to? Before I send it, anybody have anything they want me to try and ask him or say?
At the very end, say Baba Booey.
I'm not saying Baba Booey.
Oh my God.
I don't
I
really.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
We heard it earlier today.
If try something along the lines of, if you've seen something, you can leave a note in our equipment, and we'll read it later.
Well, with the spell, he can answer in a like manner immediately.
Oh, that's also a possibility. Yeah.
So I assume that means he could do a short message in his brain back to me or something like that.
And the spell tells him that he knows who it is. So
Yeah, so I'm taking a risk asking him, but we're gonna lean on it and hope that this works. Okay.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
All right, what you got?
So I'm actually gonna type it out just to make sure it's 25 words. So if you can give me like just 2 seconds, I'm gonna just write it out.
Easier to do the counting that way.
And how do you
Yeah.
spell it? It's Rakian, right?
Rakian, yeah. I'm gonna put it on screen. So
I was trying to count what Kixer suggested and found I was actually counting syllables because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, mine was definitely like under 25 words.
Lord Rakian, Raknian.
And it's screwing me up so much. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.